In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between the cheapest harness we can find to the best harness we can find. So while I call this the cheapest harness, it's still a good harness and a harness that meets all the requirements. This is a Guardian fall protection harness. I think we buy these from Home Depot. You can find them from most of your builder suppliers. They, I think, usually come in a bucket for around $100 to $120 for the entire kit. So it's pretty cheap and readily available. It's pretty basic. There's no cushions on this. It's just straps. I'll show you on the more expensive harnesses. There are features that both provide additional comfort and safety features. The buckles on this are pretty simple. It's just kind of the ones you slip through, and that's it. There's no additional safety features on here, and adjusting these can be a little bit difficult or time consuming. It's the ones that you have to kind of slide out, pull through. What I recommend generally on any harness, and especially these cheaper ones that adjusting is a little bit more difficult, is get a harness, have it fit correctly to you, and you can watch my video on how to do that properly. Then once you have that adjusted, leave it. But that way you can know that this harness is fit properly for you. And I believe every harness is required to have this by OSHA. Then we should also have like an inspection log, so we have the name of the person this belongs to. Here we go. It is a little difficult to read, but if you got the years here, then the months. And essentially every time you look at this harness, or once a month, you're supposed to inspect it and mark it off as inspected there. So other than that, I don't think there's much to show on here. Now let's move to the next level up. The next two harnesses we're gonna be looking at are made by Fall Tech. These are top of the line premium harnesses. You can already tell just by looking at them. The only difference between these two harnesses, this has a back strap, which kind of goes to the lower back. This does two things. It gives additional support to the lower back while working. And some guys also replace this or use this in lieu of their tool belt. So you can take a tool belt strap, pass it through here, so that way you don't have a tool belt on top of your harness. You can just use this support as your tool belt. Other than that back strap, both these are pretty similar. The first thing that's extremely noticeable is these cushions. You can see actually they put a sample here. It's like a jelly cushion. This is just to provide additional comfort, both against the straps wearing against your shoulders and against your groin area. After a long day of having that harness on, especially while you're working, those areas get very sweaty, and then as they're rubbing back and forth on your skin, it can get irritated. So if you're wearing harnesses for long periods of time, you want to make sure you pick something that's comfortable for you, so that you increase the likelihood of you and your guys keeping the harness on, because a harness is no good if you're not wearing it. The other thing that's very cool and easy to use on these harnesses are these buckles. As opposed to the other buckles where you've got to slide them in, twist it and pull, this is just a simple slide in, and then you've got this green button, which is an indicator that the harness worked properly. Once you see that green, it's easy to use, simple, and again, it's just a way to quickly verify, because again, if the harness is worn but it's not worn properly, might as well not wear it pretty much. Then the adjustable straps on these is also very easy and a lot easier to use than the other harness. It's the simple, just grab it and pull it and it adjusts. Then you can open it up and pull it back, as opposed to the other harness where you have to kind of jimmy it through. This is a lot easier just to grab, pull. Now some other added safety features: in case of a fall, these help bring circulation back to your legs, because if you're hanging for a few minutes, you risk getting blood clots and bad things start happening. So even if you're just hanging in midair, hopefully that never happens to any of us, but these are used to increase blood flow to the legs. Another thing that all harnesses have and to watch out for is the impact indicator. So if this harness is ever used in a fall, these will snap open, indicating that this harness has been already under pressure and you should throw it away. All harnesses have this, the cheap ones have it too. This is an OSHA requirement to have this on. A harness is a harness, they both do the same thing. This one's just a lot easier to use, it's going to be more comfortable, and it's going to last you a longer time, I think. In fact, all these straps also get buckled in, so it's just going to be tighter, it's going to be less in your way, and if you're using it on a daily basis, I'll recommend spending an extra few dollars, getting something that's comfortable and easy to use.